How we doing this morning? I just wanted to talk today about Mattel. Mattel coming out with a Burka Barbie. It's a Barbie doll wearing a burqa. And what it is, let me just give you an explanation. The burqa is an oppressive symbol in the Islamic religion. Okay? A burqa is not part of the Islamic religion. It's not in the Quran. It's not in any religious writings. What it is an oppressive tool used by the men, because it's a men-only club. The religion of Islam is a men's-only club. Okay? Now women are in this religion, but they have no rights. They have no power. They have nothing. They are the heel. Okay? They are the oppressed in this religion. And the women's liberation movement knows this, yet they're silent on this. They're silent. Completely silent. The Islamic religion is an abomination on freedom. That's what it is. It oppresses their people. It gives carte blanche to the men in that society to rape, beat, and oppress their women. And yet the left is silent on that. I think the left's goal, the progressives' goal, is to destroy our society, destroy the values that we hold dear. And they want to push this on us as if it's, it's their religious beliefs, and we need to have freedom of religion. I would be fine with it if it was part of the religion, but it's not part of the religion. It's part of an oppressive culture that is being forced down the throats of the United States of America and the West, for that matter. In Europe right now, they have something called community cohesion, where the people are being forced to accept this abomination, the burqa. Women wearing the burqa. They're forced to accept it. They're making laws that if you speak out against the burqa, you could be arrested or fined. Community cohesion. It's basically political correctness on steroids is what community cohesion is. And it's sweeping the European nations. It's taking over. So you no longer can stand up freely and speak out against oppression or an oppressive religion without being punished for it. Now that makes no sense. That makes no sense in a free society. That makes no sense in a culture of freedom. That you would be forced to accept something that you just downright don't believe and see it for what it is. Oppression. Where the hell did freedom go? Where the hell did the people go who fight for freedoms? Where is the women's liberation movement for the freedoms of these women? They're silent. And now Mattel is coming out with a Burka Barbie. Okay? Americans, if they open their eyes and use their brain for a second, would understand what this is. It's indoctrination. They're indoctrinating our children. Because I'll guarantee you that with this doll, it does not come with an explanation on what the burqa is and why these women wear this burqa. And if there is such an explanation, it will be a lie. They will tell you that this is part of their religious freedoms and their religious beliefs. But it's simply, the burqa is simply an oppressive tool that forces the women to follow the men. See, the burqa is used for one reason and one reason only. Well, actually, it's a couple reasons. It's to let women know that you have no rights in this society. To tell them flat out, You have no power here. Put your burka on. And if a woman does not wear her burka, she could be stoned to death in the streets. She could be legally raped. Because the burka is used this is what it is. Men in the Islamic religion are not required to keep their sexual urges in check. So they use the burka as an excuse to oppress women. Well, if you don't wear that burka, you could be raped legally because you're not supposed to show your skin. And it's not about their religion, it's about men's power over their women. I mean, geez, man, where is the women's liberation movement? They're nowhere to be found on this issue. Why not? See, they're indoctrinating our children to think that this is an everyday natural thing and we should just accept it. Because children have not formed an opinion on this. They do not know anything about this. They see a burqa and they just think it's part of their religion. They don't know. So when they have these burqas, when they buy these little dolls with the burqas, and they go through their life seeing the burqa, never knowing what the burqa really stands for, they form an opinion. You can't stifle their religious beliefs. This is their religious symbol. This is what they'll fight for, never knowing the truth. And when you do tell them the truth, they've already formed their opinion based on an indoctrination. And the left is huge for fighting for these people's rights to oppress women. I think the Islamic religion and faith is nothing but a tool to ruin our society, to destroy the Christian religion, for one, and to destroy our society. That's it. That's all it is. The women's liberation movement has abandoned these women, have abandoned a large portion of the women population in the world. They've abandoned them. They no longer fight for women's rights. They fight for an agenda. And that's it. The women's movement is part of the progressive movement. And now it's not about women's rights anymore. It's about attacking anything that they don't believe in. They don't believe in Christianity. They don't believe in women's free speech. That's why they attack Sarah Palin. They don't believe in women giving birth to children who may have Down syndrome or some type of disability. They believe that you should abort these women because they are nothing but abort these children because they're nothing but a drain on society, because they can quantify everybody's existence in a dollar amount. That's why there will be rationing in healthcare, because they think monetary. Everybody's got a price. Everybody's worth something. The burqa is abomination, and we need to push back as a society, and that's it. It oppresses women, and we should see that for what it is, instead of trying to make excuses for these people. Force their men to change. Our men had to change in this country. You remember when women could be beaten? Women were beaten, and no one ever said anything about it because that was their place. And the women's liberation movement freed these women. Why are they allowing the Islamic women to be oppressed and beaten and killed and stoned and raped? They make no sense. They don't. This progressive movement makes absolutely no sense to me. But that's the world we live in. And these are the people who are running our country. Every time they make a decision, it's the wrong decision. Wrong for our country. But they've been elected, so here we are. Wake up, people.